Oh God, everything sucks.
I need someone to talk to. Anyone. I feel very unsafe in this distancing thing.
Experts say shelter at home.
Officials say that we're on the verge of a
drug overdose
nationwide
rates
crisis.
skyrocket.
This separation thing is killing me.
They always seem so calm and cool, while I'm churning inside like a volcano.
Are you saying you guys are a bunch of druggies?
Recovering addicts.
You want to hear the horror stories? See how we all hit bottom? Will that float your boat?
I was driving and loaded. I said screw it and I made a U-turn into oncoming traffic.
He forbid me to enter his house.
People don't forgive. They blame.
Maybe you're the lower companion, huh?
In your book, we're all losers, right?
Sometimes I think that's what we all are. Ghosts in waiting.
I don't want to hear it!
There are things that will take years and years to heal.
We forgive, one at a time, and hope for forgiveness in return.
Good evening. For over 30 years, Beit T'Shuvah has helped people of every age, color, religion, and sexual orientation to learn how to live in recovery with a hope of lifelong success. Our vibrant spiritual community just isn't about addiction. It is about transformation and the healing power of community. Stay with us for the next 45 minutes and see firsthand what we are doing and why.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first virtual gala. Since we were all reunited last year, we have faced the unimaginable. Like other frontline providers, Beit T'Shuvah remained open when the world shut down. We were forced to make decisions that were inconceivable in order to keep our residents safe, including sending many of our staff home to work remotely, shutting the doors of our clinical building and synagogue to our community, restricting resident movement throughout the campus, and canceling community events. Our buildings, once buzzing with palpable energy, went quiet and still. We have been engaged in two battles this year, protecting our residents who live in a community setting from the coronavirus and saving lives from the destructive and devastating effects of addiction. Despite the daunting challenges of operating a residential treatment facility during a global pandemic, we continue to save lives every day, and we still turn no one away due to their inability to pay. This is possible only because of your generosity and because you recognize how essential Beit T'Shuvah is to the community. In fact, because of you, we begin tonight having already raised over $1 million, and there are still so many more lives to save. I'm asking everyone to give what they can this evening, and for those blessed with good health and financial stability, please consider giving a little more. I give because I am blessed to come to work every day and see lives flourishing with hope for a better tomorrow. This evening would not be possible without our virtual gala event chairs. I am grateful for the tireless efforts of Pat Train-Gage, Janet Rosenblum, and Lynn Shapiro, and to Heidi Benenson, Haya Rothenberg, and Barbara Tell, who put together our incredible silent auction. Of course, I am indebted to our committed board of directors and board chair, Janice Kaminer-Resnick. The planning of this year's virtual gala was unprecedented, and these phenomenal women showed up, volunteered their time, and kept the faith. I am eternally grateful. I now have the tremendous honor of introducing tonight's host, the incomparable Pat Train-Gage. Pat is a vibrant spirit who exudes love and joy, and I can think of no one better suited to host our gala this year. Thank you, Pat, and take it away.
Thank you, Sergio, our superhero. Hello out there. Oh, how I wish I could see your faces, but I can feel your spirit. And I am so happy that we're together. Now, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, I want you to know that our mission has always been to one day see a generation where substance abuse and compulsive behaviors are no longer a substitute for wholeness, which is why our doors always are open and why they swing both ways. You know, our doors are open to anyone, no matter of a religious affiliation, race, sexual orientation, or financial ability. And for those of you who don't know, Beit T'Shuvah actually means the house of return. Sometimes people return for continued treatment and sometimes returning to give back as interns or employees. Our Beit T'Shuvah Treatment Center and Educational Institute never turns a single soul away due to their inability to pay. And during the COVID pandemic, our mission needs support, your support, more than ever to continue the work that is not a Band-Aid, but a forward-thinking program.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion.
Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say, wrecking balls inside my brain, I will scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, won't be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. Say I'm in too deep.
And it's been 2 years, I miss my home, but there's a fire burning in my bones. Still believe, yeah, I still believe. And all those things I didn't say, wrecking balls inside my brain, I will scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Started right now, won't be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. A lot of fight left in me.
Like a small boat on the ocean,
Sending big waves into motion.
like how a single word can make a heart open.
I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Started right now, won't be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Now that was amazing. All of the participants in front and behind that video were members of Beit T'Shuvah. I've been asked, why am I dedicated to Beit T'Shuvah? Well, it's very simple. I love the community. I'm warm seeing the progress of the residents. They are family to me. I am uplifted watching the many programs and opportunities afforded to people who just need a hand. Beit T'Shuvah offers guidance and encouragement, education, therapy, and unconditional love. I can humbly and proudly say that our program has saved the life of our darling grandson, who is now interning as a counselor at Beit T'Shuvah while completing his master's degree. Most especially, this young man knows he is a divine spirit worthy of all life's treasures, and I live in gratitude. When people hear about addiction, Most immediately, they think of somebody marginalized or maybe weak of character. And this is shame-based thinking. There is also the misconception in society that ongoing treatment means there is a failure in the process. And this, too, is shame-based thinking. The physical and the emotional journey of correcting destructive behaviors is not a one-time fix, but an ongoing progress of betterment. May we assure anyone joining us tonight who is struggling with addiction that we hear you, we see you, and if you need us, we are waiting for you to reach out. We are located on the corner of Venice and National in Los Angeles, or call our hotline 310-204-5200.
Looking back on my time at Beit T'Shuvah, there are two programs that really had a huge impact on my life today. The first one being the marathon team. Waking up early every Sunday to go running with the team even when you didn't feel like it. Finishing the LA Marathon in March with Jeff T. Since then, adopting running as one of my daily practices of self-care. I mean, it's running. I know I'm gonna sound crazy, but it's become like meditation for me. It's such a huge part of my sobriety and my recovery. The work therapy program too, definitely. I started off as an intern on the Beit T'Shuvah thrift store truck because I wanted to show them girls could do it too. I then moved into clinical where I became a PF intern and I got hired a couple months later. And since then I've been working full-time as a program facilitator at Beit T'Shuvah, and especially with what this last year has looked like, it's been such a blessing for me to play that role in the community. And it's been so meaningful for me. The other thing too I wanted to touch on that made all this possible, honestly, is this idea that Beit T'Shuvah is the house of return. I was a resident of Beit T'Shuvah 5 years ago, and I was given a second chance. And trust me, my behavior the first time did not necessarily warrant that. But this opportunity to come back and reestablish my relationship with the community and with myself has been everything to me. It's given me so much in the last year. It's amazing. So that's all.
My name is Adam Rubin. I just wanted to express my gratitude to Beit T'Shuvah. I had been in so many rehabs I'd lost count. Overdoses, seizures, psych wards, homeless shelters, you name it. I never felt like I could actually recover. But when I found Beit T'Shuvah, I knew I had found something totally different than anything I had ever seen before. Beit T'Shuvah is a family. We look out for each other, we care about each other. I get to have a real conversation with someone. You know, I feel like my life actually has meaning. I'm proud to be Jewish. You know, when someone says my name, I actually feel good about who I am. And I definitely owe everything to Beit T'Shuvah, and I couldn't have done it without the donors. Thank you guys.
Hi, my name's Anthony, and I came into Beit T'Shuvah about a year ago. And it's crazy to think that it's only been 1 year with all of the radical changes that have happened for me in my life. If you're here right now, I'm sure you already know the impact that Beit T'Shuvah can have. But I hope that I can give you a more intimate connection to it. That your gift, your whatever it is, the donation, the time, the emotional energy, all of it, it truly is a gift that keeps on giving, because not only do you directly affect me and all the residents at Beit T'Shuvah, but you also keep on affecting every single person that we end up impacting as well. And I think that that's something that I didn't realize in the beginning, and that because of all the things that have happened to me, because of Beit T'Shuvah, and because of many of you, that I will continue to live my life in gratitude, and all the people that I end up impacting will also be in gratitude of you as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you in ways that I can't even describe.
Good evening, everyone. The board, the donors, everyone here tonight, the staff, residents, and all who make the sustainability of Beit T'Shuvah possible. Tonight is a different gala. Sweats instead of sequins. Zoom instead of room. Cable instead of table. Bed instead of fed. The how, what, where, and when are very different. The why is the same. The why is sustaining the mission of Beit T'Shuvah to heal broken souls and return them to their families, the community, and lives of wholeness, meaning, and purpose. This year we are fighting 2 deadly diseases, the coronavirus and addiction, and we therefore need to raise twice as much as usual to continue our mission. So I thank you for everything you have done and will do to preserve the heart and soul of Beit T'Shuvah. Rabbi.
Thank you, Harriet. And I want to say thank you and really call out the heroic nature and the heroic actions of our staff. The counselors, the PFs, the maintenance, and the kitchen have shown up for work every day during this crisis. They've taken care of themselves so that they can take care of our residents. Sergio, Zach, Harriet, and the rest of the leadership team have kept the spirit of Beit T'Shuvah alive and well. Most of all, I want to thank you. And know that God has given us to you and you to us so that we can continue this holy work together, stronger, wiser, and better. God bless.
Amen.
I feel like out of all the addicts in my family, I definitely turned out to be this gnarly ass heroin addict. And I didn't understand why my addiction was so powerful. One of my earliest memories, my 2nd birthday, I can remember the feelings I had, even as a 2-year-old, walking down the hallway, getting ready to open my presents. I felt I was different, there was something else that other people weren't that I was. And I think we end up using, because of that feeling. I had a tough childhood. I went back and forth a lot between my houses. Ultimately, I ended up with my dad, who was battling his own demons and addiction. I got wrapped up in his lifestyle. It felt like I was this gangster with my dad. He was a go-getter, a hustler, and I wanted to be like him. He didn't get clean again until he was 60 years old. He's also different than me. He was able to provide and take care of us throughout his addiction, and I wasn't able to do that for my children. I was living in a motel room, shooting heroin, and I found out I was pregnant. Right away, I checked myself into a treatment center with my first daughter. Another mother there pulled out a pipe in front of me, and I smoked meth with her, 7 months pregnant. She was so beautiful and healthy and 8 pounds, 9 ounces. My dad was so happy, and all of this guilt and shame and love just rushed out of me at the same time. I felt it. I started crying immediately when I saw her. Oh my God, that's my baby. And I just did not understand in that moment why I couldn't stay sober. The social worker told me the decision was made that they were going to remove her from my custody. After my oldest daughter, my next 2 children, I could not get sober for. I had to sign my rights over, and I lost all 3 of them. I wasn't checking into probation. They did a drug raid at a house I was living in. They busted in, and I was arrested with 9 other people. And it wasn't until this last time in jail that I found some kind of clarity in my head that I didn't want to continue. The only way that I was gonna get right was through Beit T'Shuvah. I wrote a letter, and in a letter I said, this is my only chance, this is my last chance, please let me show you that I want this. Michael Rosenfeld from Alternative Sentencing came and saw me, and he said, guess what? We got your letter, and we want you. I went back into my module and I called my dad. He answered and I was screaming on the phone like it was like I won the lottery. I felt anxiety when I first walked into Beit T'Shuvah. I had just been in jail for 6.5 months, and here is the place that I knew was going to change my life. I remember my roommate at the time. She took me in her room and she was so kind to me, and she gave me all these hair products and deodorant and toothbrush. Like I felt this genuineness from her and I felt good, I felt safe. Beit T'Shuvah is my home. It's probably the only place that I've ever felt completely at home in. I feel really blessed to be at Beit T'Shuvah during this. There's a lot of people that are isolated and not together, and we're just like in this Beit T'Shuvah bubble. We have like our own little, COVID-free city. My kids, the mother that I want to be looking towards the future is not going to be the mother that I thought I was going to be. I know I'm not going to be in their life, but knowing that I'm going to be there for them when they get older means everything to me. I see my life, as a sober woman and mother, having my own place, an apartment, a woman that my children look up to. I trip out even just in my room by myself and I think I can't even believe I have 18 months clean. All I wanted was a year. I wanted to take a cake. I wanted my dad there, my mom, kids. I wanted that year of sobriety so bad, and here I am 18 months into it. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it's me sometimes. I'm being a sober woman. It's truly, truly a miracle that I'm clean and sober today. I was nervous to share my story with you all, and I'm opening up myself to a lot of judgment. And I know that many of you may not be able to understand the choices that I've made, and I understand that. I really do. I chose to share it because addiction has a lot of different faces. I'm one story of hundreds of thousands suffering from the disease of addiction. Some journeys far less rough than mine, and some are far worse. I sit before you completely open, 100% honest, very scared, and very humbled. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, it's Grant Snyder with Snyder Auctions, and I'm so happy to be back with you tonight helping raise funds for this incredible organization. Usually we're at the Beverly Hilton and the energy in the room is incredible. Let's duplicate that energy tonight wherever you are. Everyone tuned in tonight is here because of our common bond, the community of Beit T'Shuvah. We all agree that every life is worth saving, and what a year we've all been through. And yet, here we all are, supporting this incredibly vital resource for our children, our parents, and our friends. Thank you, Beit T'Shuvah. Thanks to Beit T'Shuvah. They have been over serving all those in need, regardless of their ability to pay, for over 30 years. And we will continue on this mission with a fierce determination and with your help. Tonight, we are raising funds to save lives and heal broken souls. You've seen the videos, you've heard the music. You know our mission. We hope we've made an impact and shown you the continued need to keep our doors open and serve those most vulnerable. To continue our life-saving work, we need everyone in the virtual room tonight to give. The goal, just like it is at the Beverly Hilton, is that everyone out there gives something to save lives and heal broken souls. We can do this. There's no paddles tonight, but there are 3 ways to give. The first is you could click the link on your screen to donate. Second, you can text BTSGALA 2021 to the numbers 243-725. Or you can give us a call at 310-204-5200 to speak with a live volunteer at Beit T'Shuvah to make your contribution tonight. Like we did at the Hilton, I'm going to start at a high amount. We're going to start tonight at $50,000. We're going to work it all the way down to $100. The goal is everyone out there, give something, give where you can. You know, we feel so fortunate to have gifts that are coming in tonight, and we're going to talk about all of the gifts that you get tonight as they come in at the various dollar levels. So some of you have pre-given, and we hope to tell you about all of those tonight. And those who gave earlier had one wish, that all of you would give and join in their efforts. Please don't let them down, and later we'll put those incredible donations on the board. Thank you. The evening would not be complete tonight without someone that is very familiar to you, my partner in crime, Mr. Teddy. Everyone out there, give Teddy a big hand. Teddy wouldn't be here tonight without BTS since his parents met there. Teddy, how old are you now?
9.
Teddy is 9. And how many years have you and I worked together?
I think it's 3 now.
This is our 3rd year together. And what's your hope for tonight?
I just hope that everyone will be really generous.
Teddy wants everyone to be generous, and so do I, and so do all of us tonight. So, Teddy, you've got a weird stick and an envelope. Do you have something for me?
Yep.
Let's see if I can get this virtually. Teddy, let me have it. Teddy is handing me, I'm sorry, I don't want to pull you off your chair, Teddy, but Teddy has a very special announcement. Thank you, Teddy, by the way. Wow. We have a matching gift tonight from Dolly and Brad Wiseman of $100,000. So what that means is the first $100,000 we raise tonight is actually $200,000. You know, every life is priceless, but the reality is the cost of treatment is expensive. So I'm going to start at $50,000. I'm going to tell you what each donor level would mean. And once you see the level that you would like to give, either click on the button on your computer, text and the information is on your screen, or give us a call at 310-204-5200. Okay, $50,000 would allow a resident 5 months of residential care at Beit T'Shuvah. That's 5 months, a full scholarship, and the ability to cover the cost of our primary program for one individual. You can change a life for $50,000. This includes room and board, group and individual therapy, family education and therapy, career, college counseling, and spiritual counseling. That's what $50,000 would do. So if you want to give $50,000, give us a call, text, or click on that button on the computer. We're approaching $1.3 million raised tonight. Now, $25,000 would cover approximately 2 months of residential care for a resident. That is what $25,000 will do. Please call us, click on your computer, or text BTS Gala 2021 to 243-725. Wow, Barbara and Ronnie Kahn have just given $25,000. Incredible. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Ronnie, for $25,000. You put us over $1.3 million. Now, what will $10,000 do? $10,000 will mean 1 month of care at Beit T'Shuvah's cost. That's what 1 month of cost is, about $10,000. Who's willing to cover 1 month free of charge for someone in need of our services? $10,000. We're going to pause a moment and see if some of you will go to $10,000. Wow, Charlotte Commoner, you didn't say $10,000, you said $15,000. Thank you for your $15,000. Pat and Sandy Gage, $10,000. Janice Kaminer-Resnick and Benjamin Resnick, $10,000. Look at the board go up. Don Engel, $10,000. We are almost at $1.4 million out there, wherever you are. How about a big hand for all those who gave $10,000 or $15,000? Look at that board go up. Now, we're at the $5,000 level. $5,000 covers a 2-week stay or a month of therapeutic services for a resident. That's what $5,000 will mean. Are there 10 of you out there right now to get us over $1.4 million at $5,000? We have another $25,000 from the cons. We have another $25,000 from the cons. Thank you so much. We have Ann Peterson at $5,000. Who else at $5,000? Now's the time to do it. We're at $1.4 million. We're at $1.4 million, and we're at the $2,500 level. $2,500 provides spiritual counseling and other special programs for 2 months. Let's go. Are there 20 people out there at $2,500? I asked for $2,500, and Bruce Carrots just gave $5,000. Thank you, Bruce, for $5,000. We're going to be over $1.4 million when that is registered. $2,500. We're at the $2,500 level right now, and we're at $1.4 million. This is incredible. Now, let me tell you what $1,000 will do. $1,000, which was our sweet spot last year. We got so many of you to give $1,000. $1,000 provides a month of work therapy internship or externship to help a resident reestablish skills and re-enter the workplace. We're going to slow it down just for a moment. That's what $1,000 will do, all right? Last year we had a bunch of people at $1,000, and this year we do, right now we're over at $1.5 million. Let's keep those $1,000, those $2,500, those $5,000, those $10,000 donations come in. Let's get this number up. That is what $1,000 will do for this incredible organization who needs us more than ever with this pandemic. We're at $1.5 million, and let me tell you what $500 will do. $500 provides 1 month of the cost to live in our extended care program. That's an example of what $500 can do. And so, please, if you'd like to give $500, you can text BTS Gala 2021 to 243-725. Give us a call, 204-5200, or click on the button below. And Lily Tartikoff, you know, I'm at $250, and Lily just gave $15,000. Thank you, Lily. $15,000. This is awesome. I feel that we're all together as a community, and we're going to get closer to $1.6 million here. And Ann Peterson just gave another $5,000. Ann Peterson, thank you for another $5,000. Keep those numbers coming in. Remember, $250 pays for a week of meals for a resident. That's where we're at right now. $250. Let's just take a moment now as the numbers come in to get us close to $1.6 million. If you want to give 180, 100, now is the time to do it. Annette and Leonard Shapiro just gave another $5,000. Thank you, Annette and Leonard. We're at 1,511,012 and 12 and 13. Thank you, Stephanie, Vivian, Douglas, and Stephanie, Joy, and Mike, Bruce, Josh, who's a guest of Bruce. I like that. Bruce Carrots is a guest of Bruce Tartikoff. Thank you, Bruce and Bruce. Thank you, Josh. Thank you to Anonymous. Thank you to Anonymous. Thank you to Desiree and a guest of Desiree. Desiree and Jaime Sheni. I got it. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for your generosity. Thank you again. My favorite donor is every event I go to. There's this donor named Anonymous. Anonymous is back. We're at $1,522,273. Listen, if we can get to $1,525,000, Teddy will be able to play his favorite video game without interruption for a month. We're already at 5. We just got it. Teddy gets to play for a month. Avi, we're at 1,537. And I want to let you know that we're going to keep this open all night. Please continue to give. 3 ways to give tonight. Text or call at 204-5200 or click the button below. You know, this is amazing how much money we're raising. Thank you all for your generosity. We're going to take your donations throughout the evening. And by the way, don't worry. Linda Wiley just gave $18,000. Thank you, Linda. I'm just going to sit here and watch these big donations and all donations come in, that'll put us over 1,557,000. We're at 1,558,000. Remember, if you don't see your name, you will be acknowledged. There's so many people giving right now. So if you don't see your name, you will be acknowledged tonight. I think we've got 1 or 2 more donations coming in that we will acknowledge later. But thank you so much for your generosity. I think we're going to break, we're certainly going to break our virtual record tonight. And now, let me introduce BTS Board of Directors Chair, Janice Grant. Janice?
Thank you, Grant and Teddy. That was amazing. And on behalf of the Beit T'Shuvah Board of Directors, it is my pleasure and my honor to thank all of you. I thank each of you for being such an important part of tonight's gala and for helping us reach and indeed exceed our goals. From the outset, decades ago, I always thought Beit T'Shuvah was a good idea. But in my mind, it was a good idea for someone else, for someone who might need addiction recovery. In my wildest dreams, I never imagined that my own family would find ourselves immersed in not 1, but 2 addiction nightmares in which we would be fighting for the very lives of our own loved ones. But the day came. We received the shocking call from our brother from jail. And then the day came again. Our beautiful son graduated college, started his job as an investment banker, and within months, though he was in utter denial, we saw that he was in the clutches of drug and alcohol. His life was in shambles. We are very lucky. It took time, but after finally surrendering to Beit T'Shuvah, both my brother and my son are now sober and are finding their way in life, thank God. It was Beit T'Shuvah that gave us hope and which gave my brother and my son the chance to save themselves. It was Beit T'Shuvah that restored our family, that gave us the tools we needed to recover as a family. My husband and I, and indeed our whole family, are beyond grateful and wholly committed to Beit T'Shuvah. Now I realize that Beit T'Shuvah was not just a good idea. Beit T'Shuvah is essential to our community. It is essential because addiction is pervasive and indiscriminate, but dangerously, it lurks in the shadows of shame. Addiction is a disease which must be taken out of the shadows. Our loved ones in recovery battle every day to overcome the shame associated with their past actions. We, as those who want to encourage and support recovery, we who say we would do anything to help those trapped in the clutches of addiction, it is we who can take those sentiments and make them a reality, as we have all done tonight by ensuring the financial strength of this vital, life-saving organization. Our amazing staff, led by the extraordinary Dr. Sergio Rizzo Fontanesi, knows how to deploy the resources we have raised to ensure that we continue to have the most outstanding recovery program available anywhere. Let's be honest, it's our residents and our staff that do the heavy lifting. Our job as board members, supporters, and donors is simply to provide the resources which enable them to focus on the hard and often heart-wrenching work of achieving sobriety. One of Beit T'Shuvah's great supporters, whose engagement has made a deep and lasting impact, is the amazing, wonderful, adorable, lovable Jackie Elkins. Tonight, we get to pay special tribute recognizing Jackie for her tremendous, inspiring, and frankly, delicious contribution to Beit T'Shuvah and our community. Take a look.
Once upon a time, there was a little rehab. But this was no normal rehab. It was a special Jewish rehab. This woman named Harriet, she came up with the idea to help Jews find a place to live when they got out of jail. As time went on, they needed to move to a bigger place to help more people. Jews, non-Jews, all sorts of people. Even this guy, some say he needed the most help of all. But how were they to get the money to help all these people, the woman wondered. So she thought really hard and came up with some pretty clever ideas. They had galas. They formed a marathon team. They even dropped golf balls from the sky. And they really started to make a difference. But it wasn't enough, the woman declared.
It's not enough.
More people need our help, and we have to figure out how to help them. Suddenly, a new woman appeared, and her name was Jackie. And Jackie had superpowers, magical super bread baking powers. So Jackie grabbed a few residents, and she baked, and baked, and baked some more. The challah was extraordinary. There were different flavors, and people really wanted to get their hands on some. Because this was magical bread that made people really happy. That's when Jackie knew they were onto something special. So they started receiving donations for the bread, and people started taking loaf after loaf. And the money went towards helping those who could not afford treatment. And Jackie and Harriet and everyone at the little Jewish rehab realized that this was just another great Beit T'Shuvah story in the making. This was the story of Beit T'Shuvah. And it's still going on today. To be a part of the story and help us grow this program, visit beitteshuvah.org/challah and help the little Jewish rehab bake more bread to help more people get the treatment they need.
I wanted to find a way to...
Wait, don't go yet.
What are you doing? Did you know this? Did you know he was going to say something? And he's going to cry. Oh my God, he's going to cry. Why did you do that?
It is my great... It is my great honor and privilege that I get to announce this evening's and this year's Spirit of Beit T'Shuvah Award. The recipient this year is beautiful, kind, caring, and just coincidentally enough happens to be my wife. Jackie so perfectly embodies the essence of Beit T'Shuvah, which at its core is doing the most important work that any organization or person could do in this world. Mending broken souls and saving lives. Jackie started the Beit T'Shuvah program several years ago. And in that program, she combined her love of baking with her love of Beit T'Shuvah. She taught residents and members of the community how to become artisan bakers of the most delicious challah you'll ever taste. But baked was so much more than that. She created a microcosm of the Beit T'Shuvah community where people found a safe space to share their problems and their challenges and their struggles and their fears, but also their hopes and their dreams. All through conversation that happened organically, a trusting environment without judgment. I would say her secret, her superpower is her compassion. The moment you meet her, you feel it, you know she cares. I'm so grateful to have her in our lives and as my wife, and feel so lucky. And I know Beit T'Shuvah is also equally grateful. So please join me in congratulating my beautiful, amazing, and talented wife, the spirit of Beit T'Shuvah.
I was so not expecting that. I was all composed before that, so thank you a lot. I wanted to find a way to give back to Beit T'Shuvah, the place that saved our son Bradley's life and saved our family. Our challah baking program, Beit T'Shuvah, started small, coming to the coffee table with my mixers every week to teach residents what I've always loved, baking. Making challah, I thought, would not only connect us as we created something delicious and beautiful, but would also ignite a passion for some and eventually become an act of giving back as the idea grew. I was just a spark, Soon, 2 residents, Ian and Kobe, who both happen to be experienced professional chefs, joined the program. The idea of Baked took off. The name Baked, brainstormed by another resident in a double entendre, along with our chalah's addictive quality, was the perfect recipe for Beit T'Shuvah's newest social enterprise. Beit T'Shuvah's development department enthusiastically believed in this idea and helped it come to fruition. Harriet and the executive board endlessly supported us. Creative Matters, Junk Films, Amy Abrams, the bakers, in the kitchen at 7 a.m. and out sometimes as late as 6 a.m. the next morning. And everyone from the rabbis who joined us for the prayer before braiding, to the PFs gathering everyone together on Thursday nights, to the braiders, the baggers, the sellers, and the cleaners are all the village that is baked. Each week, at least pre-pandemic, I get to be a part of challah baking, providing challah to our community and beyond, and experience the holiness associated with making challah. Most importantly though, I get to help build a community. Right now, I'm pandemic baking. I'm licensed to bake and sell challah from my home. Here I am, continuing to keep the fire going until we can all be together again. This isn't really an award about me, but rather a recognition of all that's wonderful about Beit T'Shuvah, acting with purpose, saving souls, repairing the world, one person at a time. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jackie. You are really a powerhouse. Before we leave you, let's take a look at our final total. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. And on behalf of Beit T'Shuvah, I thank all of you for your outpouring of love and your financial support. You can continue to donate on this site after the program. The silent auction officially closes Monday at 7 p.m., so start shopping. And to help us spread the word, please share the link to this gala and tag us on social media. Thank you for joining us. May you all have a good night.